What's up, guys? It's Blackwing 2040, and I'm back for the final review for Spider Week. I'm going to be reviewing The Amazing Spider-Man. Now, if you want to know why I'm not going to review Amazing Spider-Man 2, I know I kind of procrastinated with Spider Week and everything, so I actually have a review up for Amazing Spider-Man 2 already, so I'll leave a link in the description below so you guys can check that out. I wanted to do like a Redux review so I could give like my full impression of the movie, but you can check my review that I did like 2 years ago when the movie came out. I know it's old, but you guys will like it. So I'll leave a link in the description below, take you there, and you could watch that review. I'm sorry for the inconvenience and everything, but sometimes you gotta keep the ball rolling and you gotta keep things steady. So this will be the final review for Spider Week, and I hope you guys enjoyed these reviews. So, Amazing Spider-Man came out in 2012, directed by Mark Webb, and it starred Andrew Garfield as the new Spider-Man, Peter Parker, Emma Stone as Gwen Stacy. There's no Mary Jane in this series, it's just Gwen Stacy. Sally Field as Aunt May, Rise Afons as Dr. Kirk Connors, Dennis Lear as Captain George Stacy, and Martin Sheen as Ben Parker. So, the way they did this version of Spider-Man, they started from when Peter was very, very young. And I have to say, Andrew Garfield did a really good job portraying the Spider-Man aspect. His Peter Parker was just very rambling and just sometimes he would just ramble a lot. Like, you wouldn't hear Peter like talking so much like that, and very stuttery. I know sometimes before he got his powers, he was a shy kid. He was a nerd. He was very stuttery, of course. But when he got his powers, he wasn't all talk. But his Spider-Man aspect, he got it really down hard. He got the puns right, he got the jokes, he got the comedic side of Spider-Man down hard. So in this movie they also introduced Peter's parents. What was their names? Mary and no, Richard and Mary. There we go. Richard and Mary Parker, Peter's father and mother. So I'm not saying it was bad for them to introduce their parents, because as us as Spider-Man fans, we never really knew much about Peter's parents anyway. So this film actually decided to bring his complete origin from his childhood to Spider-Man, instead of starting from his high school career into being Spider-Man. For them to start all the way back to his childhood, that was a good choice, really good choice. Now, let me just start by saying Emma Stone did a brilliant job as Gwen Stacy. I mean, I'm gonna admit this. Growing up, I knew that Mary Jane was Spider-Man's first love interest first. I did not know about Gwen Stacy whatsoever. And then when I first came across Gwen Stacy in Spider-Man 3, I didn't even know who the character was. And then I did my research and like, oh, she's Peter's first love interest, not Mary Jane. But I'm a Mary Jane fan. I believe I ship Peter and MJ. Always ship Peter and MJ. Of course, Gwen's character is not alive anymore at all in anything. So if they ever decide to bring her back, because I hear there's a Spider-Man storyline called Dead No More, so if they decide to bring her back, I say let's do it. But anyway, back to the movie. So Oscorp really does play a big part in this franchise itself. Norman Osborn is mentioned in this movie, but no way he is shown at all. You just see like a silhouetted hologram of him in the Oscorp building, but you just hear about him. You just hear that he's dying. That's all you hear about. And the way Peter gets his powers perfectly. They got that part like down hard. Now, the Lizard, he was actually really brilliant in this movie. But I want to know is why. Of all plans, his main plan was to turn the city into complete lizard people. Okay, what? Not. I know some villains. They have a goal. They want to cause villains. They cause destruction. They want to, they love to destroy. The lizard, on the other hand, he just wanted to turn people into lizards. I don't understand that at all. But Spider-Man, he played a good. Andrew Garfield did a brilliant job as Spider-Man. What I didn't like though, Martin Sheen as Uncle Ben, he didn't show the great power comes great responsibility part at all. That's an iconic and memorable line to be heard. He didn't even say. They didn't really show it correctly in this movie. I don't know. I forgot how Uncle Ben said it in this movie. He didn't say not power, responsibility. Because when I first saw the movie, I'm like, is he supposed to say with great power comes great responsibility? Is that what he said? Was that supposed to mean it? But it really didn't at all. And so when Uncle Ben gets killed, Peter goes on this huge hunt searching for the killer, who has a star tattooed on his left arm. So he searches across the city over and over, still never able to find him, and then of course gives up. And so the action in this movie is pretty good. I mean, the lizard, I expected to see the lizard wearing, like a lab coat and everything, but this version of the lizard was okay. I didn't really have a problem with it. The romantic relationship with Peter and Gwen in this movie, it was a little off, but it was okay. And I'm sorry guys, I'm sorry I'm feeling like left off or what to talk about, because this movie wasn't bad and it didn't leave a bad taste in my mouth. It's just sometimes when I watch this movie, I realize where they're trying to go with this aspect of this reboot, because this movie was, a reboot Spider-Man film, and this whole series had everything set up. Like, they had a sequel that came out, they had everything set up. They were gonna have a Sinister Six movie, they were gonna have a Venom movie, and then they were gonna have Amazing Spider-Man 3 and 4. But of course, Amazing Spider-Man 2 pretty much ruined that, because they just stuffed everything with too much foreshadowing of what's to come for the Sinister Six, which it really did. And I just think they really didn't have to for Amazing Spider-Man 2. I don't mind talking about Amazing Spider-Man 2 in this review. Amazing Spider-Man 2 shouldn't have been. It did too much foreshadowing. It should have just kept with the plot and keep it steady. Like, I don't like it when a movie stuffs characters with so many villains or too many villains. I say a limited amount of villains in a movie should be to like 2. 2 is, to me, 2 is the maximum, okay? But when you try to push 3 villains in a movie, it's not gonna work well. You have to try to find a way to make it flow if you want to put 3 villains in a movie. Alright, so at the end of The Amazing Spider-Man, a shadowy figure comes into Kurt Connor's prison cell saying, did you tell the boy the truth about his father? And we have no idea what he was talking about or who this guy is. But other than that, I didn't like how they played off the whole death of Captain Stacy, because in the comics Captain Stacy does die, and they kind of played the death of Gwen's father pretty well, but of course he told Peter to leave Gwen out of the hero business, and it tries to pick itself up, and then at the end of the movie, he may still talk to Gwen, but he doesn't try to, persuade her or try to woo her in romance or anything. So it wasn't bad. Now, the film score in this movie, Hans Zimmer does the best film score for superhero movies. I kid you not. He did Amazing Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man 2. He did Batman v Superman, Man of Steel, the Dark Knight trilogy. Hans Zimmer is the perfect person for film score. I kid you not. He's perfect. But right now he now quit doing superhero film scores after Batman v Superman. So we won't be able to hear his fantastic movie scores ever again, sadly. But anyway, I give The Amazing Spider-Man a 3.5 out of 5. Okay? It's not bad. It's it's not a mess. The film is not a mess. It's really good. It just feels like something's just missing. Like you have something perfect. It's there, but you're just missing that one little thing. That's what Amazing Spider-Man was. But other than that, it was a brilliant movie. So thank you guys for enjoying these Spider-Man movie reviews. I know I'm sorry I had a little bit of opinion of Amazing Spider-Man 2 in this review, but of course I'll leave a link to the Amazing Spider-Man 2 review in the description below, and stay tuned for my Captain America Civil War review because that movie is gonna be fantastic. We waited so long for this, especially for Spider-Man to finally be part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I'm not giving the exact date. I'm not sure I'm gonna see Civil War on premiere day, but whenever I see the movie, I'll give my review that day. Okay, I promise that. So thank you guys for watching this. In the comment section below, tell me what did you enjoy about The Amazing Spider-Man and The Amazing Spider-Man 2. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And until then, I am Vengeance, I am Darkness, I am Blackwing. Stay golden.